I'm Elliot.
I'm Phineas.
And we are the Peters Bros, and we are about to break down the trailer for Avengers Infinity War. This trailer was mind-blowing. It's insane. One of the craziest trailers I've ever seen, and there is a lot to talk about, so we should probably jump right in, lest this video end up being way too long.
We start off with a shot of outer space, which, I mean, makes sense, because, you know, Thanos is an alien.
There is a storm on this planet. You can see lightning down below, and the eye of whatever cosmic hurricane this is.
Next shot is
Tony. This definitely looks like it's outer space, possibly the same location. You can see what the structure in the background looks a lot like a Nova Corps spaceship. I noticed, you know, those like kind of star shapes. He's visibly distraught about something.
What I want to know
is blood on his hands.
Is that his hand? Because he could be holding someone's bloody hand up to his mouth. And
true.
I mean, it very well could just be his hand, but I don't know.
And then we've got this shot of Bruce Banner at the bottom of a little hole that he has created in the floor of Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, as we see in later shots. This is where he is. The appearance of Bruce Banner is very important because towards the end of Thor Ragnarok, mild spoilers for Thor Ragnarok, Bruce states that he may never become Bruce Banner again, and here we see him with Doctor Strange and Wong as himself. Obviously, he crashed through the sky, because you can, like, through the roof, because you can see a bunch of holes behind them. So he smashed through every floor. And then this is an important detail here. You can see in this shot, Doctor Strange is wearing the Eye of Agamotto, like he was in Thor Ragnarok, and so this like is definitive proof that the Time Stone will be out and about rather than safe in its little home in the Kamar-Taj. Instead, he has it, or which slung around his neck. Which could be a good idea or a bad idea. And here is Vision and Wanda in a room. A hotel room or apartment of some kind. And obviously the thing that we should mention here is Vision is a human here. He's, well, or at least he looks. Or at least he appears human, yeah. And here we have Thor inside of what looks like the Milano spacecraft, Peter Quill's spaceship. Next shot is Bruce Banner, not the Hulk, next to some Hulkbuster armor. In what looks like it could be Wakanda, where they are right now. And here what they're teasing with these two shots is a little reunion between Bruce and Nat. The last time they saw each other was Age of Ultron, which was a while ago. Nat sporting her new blonde look, which is, my guess, that's a reference to the other Black Widow character from the Marvel Comics. There was another character who took on the mantle of Black Widow at one point, and she was blonde. So rather than just suddenly switching characters from Natasha Romanoff to this other character, they would just change the look. Then we get the logo, and underneath all of this so far we have had the various Avengers reciting Nick Fury's iconic line from the original Avengers, speaking about assembling a team of Earth's mightiest heroes. Nick Fury is one of those characters who is conspicuously missing from this trailer, along with Ant-Man and Hawkeye. We do not see a single shot of either of those characters. Of course, Ant-Man can sometimes be really easy to miss, since, you know, he's an ant. And then moving on to what looks like New York. We can see in the background we've got the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building, along with Avengers Tower, or what was Avengers Tower, since in Spider-Man Homecoming, Tony Stark packed up and moved all of the Avengers things out of that tower. So we don't know what it's being used for right now. It's still there in the skyline, though, which makes it look to me like it's still pretty important. I don't understand why they would make such a big deal out of selling Avengers Tower if it wasn't going to come back. And of course, because that was the New York skyline, we jump to the New York Sanctum Sanctorum, where we can see Wong, Doctor Strange, Bruce Banner with the staircase that he obviously fell into, and Tony Stark. This might be the first time that, like, Tony and Bruce meet each other again after Age of Ultron. This is obviously their way of getting Doctor Strange in on the action, is having the Hulk kind of smash into his Sanctum Sanctorum. There were photos of Robert Downey Jr. on set wearing this outfit outside, and then cut to Tony walking outside. So possibly Pepper shows up
in this scene, since Gwyneth Paltrow was also in those photos.
Tony has an arc reactor on his chest, although now, of course, it's not part of him like it was in Phase 1 of the MCU. They might have just noticed that there's some chaos happening outside.
Cut to Peter Parker noticing there's chaos happening outside. This really cool shot of all of his hairs on his arms standing up to act as a visual representation of his spidey sense. They've tried to do this before in movies, and
it's usually resulted in lots of slow-mo and Peter Parker like looking around like, ooh, danger.
Yeah.
But this is a much simpler way of showing that. Of course, they won't be able to do this kind of thing while he's in the suit. But it's handy, like, as Peter Parker, you know, that's a pretty cool way of showing.
He's the first one, it looks like, to notice.
Whatever that weird ring thing is up in the sky above New York.
Possibly, my first thought when seeing this was that that was a portal coming down, since, you know, that makes sense-ish.
We've got this group shot of Doctor Strange, Tony, Bruce, and Wong in the streets. There's some wreckage, something's definitely going down. Tony, of course, you know, has that habit of sporting some fancy accessories that actually end up being a suit, whether it be a briefcase or a watch. So I'm gonna just guess right now that those glasses might not be all that they seem.
They do not look like
Tony
sunglasses.
does not usually wear glasses unless they're sunglasses, and so
he's famous.
Those will be some fancy Stark Tech glasses that allow him to see something that the others can't see. And then we get this kind of horrifying shot of what appears to be some Asgardians, maybe, laying dead. Then we get this shot of Loki with the Tesseract. This is not good. Last time Loki had the Tesseract, some stuff went down. Now, I don't know. I really don't want Loki to double-cross them.
If that happens
because
again,
that will be
it'll
way
be
too
cheap.
repetitive. But
Yeah.
B, because, you know, we want Loki to make the right choice. And then we get this epic shot of Thanos stepping out of the depths.
This is completely mind-blowing visually.
He looks scary, he looks real. The amount of detail on this digital character is insane.
Completely amazing. Moving on to Spidey.
Wearing his Iron Spider suit. Oh my gosh, look at that Stark Tech. And then this crazy what the heck shot of...
This is probably the most confusing part in the entire trailer.
In this set of two shots, we see Thor holding on to two handles of some kind. He's obviously in pain and struggling. It looks like a door is opening or something. He's trying to stop something from happening. And here, this shot is very important because this marks the first appearance in the MCU of a member of Thanos' Black Order besides Thanos himself. Here is a shot of a character that is, in my opinion, quite obviously Proxima Midnight, who is one of the leading members of Thanos' Black Order. She has a bionic golden arm, some horns on either side of her head, blue hair, and like a black mask over the top half of her face. She's throwing a spear at a mysterious, shadowy figure whose identity will be revealed in the coming shots.
The mysterious man catches the spear, and here we have a shot of T'Challa saying, "Somebody get this man a shield." Maybe my favorite part in the entire trailer. Captain America steps out of the shadows with a beard.
A beard!
He has gone full nomad Captain America with a beard.
And Wanda looks very happy to see him, if we are to assume that these two shots are connected. And then we get this crazy shot of Tony in his Hulkbuster armor, revamped Hulkbuster armor in what appears to be the Wakandan plains. That's almost definitely Wakanda behind him. I don't recognize that skyline.
Or
it's too high-tech and
planet.
awesome looking.
And now a shot of Black Widow with her new hair.
Doing something with
doing
like
something, stabbing someone.
Of some kind. And then we're back with Doctor Strange in the wreckage-strewn street. And he lowers his guard, staring up into the sky. And then this gigantic triangle of some kind comes crashing down. It looks like there are multiple of them already there, forming almost a circle of some kind. I don't know what's happening.
It's most likely not good. That's my guess.
And then we get this crazy shot of Captain America in the battlefield, fighting a four-armed alien thing. Thanos has evidently upgraded after the Chitauri. And then another shot of one of these creepy four-armed aliens fighting T'Challa, who is wearing an updated version of his Black Panther suit. And even though he's so small compared to this gigantic alien, he's still inflicting some damage with those vibranium claws.
And he doesn't even have superpowers. Him and Cap are both just going at it with their fists. I don't know. I mean, it's Wakanda, so maybe they don't have as much, like, firepower. It seems like they do a lot of stuff with their own, like, handheld weapons.
And this next shot is, in my opinion, one of the scariest shots in the trailer. We see Thanos has Spider-Man by the neck and slams him down into the ground. Peter is completely helpless against him.
And then Tony in the same location as he was earlier.
And then the other scariest moment in the trailer. We get a member of the Black Order tearing the Mind Stone out of Vision's head with a very sinister looking tool. This is horrifying, and I do not want to imagine who is going to be forced to watch this. I'm assuming, with the tension they've been building up between Vision and Wanda, Wanda will most likely be present when this is happening, and she will be forced to watch as the Mind Stone is removed from his head. Here we see the Infinity Gauntlet, and Thanos placing what is obviously the Space Stone in one of the knuckles. The stone that he already has is what really worries me. It's the Power Stone, which is one of the most dangerous stones. We saw it in Guardians of the Galaxy. Ronan the Accuser used it, and Thanos could literally wipe out an entire planet with just that stone alone. So uniting all of the stones will be a threat to the universe. This looks to me a lot like the location where we saw Loki holding up the Tesseract.
Iron Man gets a beating.
He takes a punch to the head. And here is our first shot of Bucky Barnes in the entire trailer. They really crammed a lot in here. And then we've got another shot of T'Challa with Wakanda in the background. He's wearing his Black Panther suit, and it looks like there is a blonde head next to him that could very well belong to Natasha.
Natasha is not in the next shot, but Captain America is back there with Bucky. Most likely, some aliens came to Wakanda, and they broke the Winter Soldier out of the ice to help them fight.
And here is a gigantic shot, our first look at Falcon in this trailer. You can see what looks like the Hulkbuster Armor throwing some aliens in the background there.
Then we have another shot of Sam Wilson.
The two armies run towards each other, Lord of the Rings style.
And then this big epic shot, obviously a culmination. It looks like the only original Avengers here are Cap, Natasha, and Bruce Banner, who is now the Hulk again.
Although we know that Iron Man also shows up at this battle.
And then the Avengers logo.
But because Marvel has a tendency to drop a little bomb at the very end of everything they do, we get one last tease. Thor, who has barely been seen in this trailer.
We need him back.
Speaking to the Guardians of the freaking Galaxy.
And Mantis waves.
The only Guardian who isn't here right now is Nebula, for whatever reason. Nebula and Gamora are also very important in this film since they are the daughters of Thanos. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below if we missed anything, if there's something that you saw in the trailer that gets you super pumped. Share this video with your friends and family. Let's all go see Avengers Infinity War when it comes out in May. I'm so excited. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get more content just like this and plenty of other cool stuff that we know you'll love. And don't forget to tell your enemies that we are awesome.
T'Challa said I need to get him a shield.